Tension in Oyo as gunmen kidnap traditional chief wife. The Bale, traditional chief of Araromi Bakatari, a border town in the Ido local government area of Oyo State, Chief Tafa Apampa and his wife were kidnapped on Tuesday evening. A source who hails from the village, Kunle Alausa, confirmed the incident to Sahara reporters in Ibadan on Wednesday. The source said the gunmen stormed the village around 9 p.m. on Tuesday. Our correspondent learned that the gunmen came into town with about 5 motorbikes and went straight to the Bale's house. According to our source, some hunters have gone into the forest in search of the Bale and his wife. Alausa appealed to the state government to rescue the traditional chief. He said, "I am on my way to the village now. They called me around 11 p.m. to brief me about the abduction of our father and the Bale of our village, Chief Tafa Apampa. I learned that the kidnappers, arrived in the village while it was raining on Tuesday night. The time was around 9 p.m. People have been moving out of the village as I was told, but being an indigent of the village, I am already on my way to the village. I also learned the hunters in the area have moved to the forest to see if they could get them rescued unhurt. We want the government to kindly come to our rescue. We cannot do it alone when they are kidnapping traditional chief. Who else cannot be kidnapped?" Yeah, this is obviously desperate, but I think this situation just shows that, listen, if this man is not... Okay, I know that Nigerians had lost hope in terms of our security, but I think this would rub the salt on the wound, as in, if this man, the Bale and his wife, is not found, I think it will probably settle in that, okay, we are in deep trouble right now. I think at first my initial reaction, of course, is a sad situation, but my first reaction was, you know what? Actually, what if the government does not react and the people don't react? I think from a power perspective of the traditional rulers, I guess they might take issues like this more seriously. But then again, with the way the country is set up, which makes no sense to me, I don't know why the traditional rulers don't sort of have a proper role. I think they're just sidelined, which, I guess the reasons for that may be, valid, but I'm just like, these are traditional rulers, though. I mean, they've been ruling. I mean, the guidelines and precepts that they use to rule the land has lasted for so many years. So I'm like, do you really want to kick them out? But I mean, I guess it will send a message if the government doesn't do anything, if the people as well don't really care. Because again, it might sound very harsh, but it's like the Nigerian people go through so much already. It's a different thing. I do not know who this Bale is. But if this Bale was, had a very good relationship with the people, listen, the people will go all out. Listen, there will be protests. Listen, if Nigerians support you, they support you. If you've done something for Nigerians and they feel like you've done something good and they want to replicate it, they will do it back. Absolutely 100%. But if Nigerians are not bothered, I don't know. I mean, they should be rich enough to get safe. However, it's just like, I don't know, man. I think Nigerians are going through so much already that, listen, unfortunately, sound very harsh, but I don't know. The government has to pull up because, honestly, the resources the people have to protect themselves is greater than, the Bale and the wife missing. If you compare to the whole, village, I don't know. Because again, if systems are not put in place originally for daily issues, I do not know how they're going to pull resources together in such an unexpected event for there to be an accurate result. So I'm just saying, I don't really know. Because again, if the people decide to help, fine. But if the people are like, you know what, we're going to really be chill about this, I will not judge, because it sounds very harsh. I'm repeating again, don't get me the wrong way, but I'm just putting the general people large at first and just saying, protect your energy, protect your space, and utilize your resources to your best ability. That's just what I'm saying, because so much is happening in the country that you just got to be intentional about how we're going to use resources, aka the vigilantes and the village hunters. Just saying. Um, Somebody here says, under the nose of Amotekun, this is to tell you how difficult security problem can be. It's not just that. There should never be an Amotekun, there should never be an ESN, there should never be an Araba police. There should not be that. The police system of this like, do you guys understand? If you look at the security agencies of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, the body and its different factions, its different branches, different outlets, like, it's just so big. It's such a big structure where there's absolutely no need, absolutely no excuse as to why we should keep making security outfits. There is literally no point. We're not using what we have and we're making the same thing over and over again and nothing is happening. So again, it's like, should Amotekun be the first in terms of being Nigerians and following the law and who is obliged and who is responsible for the well-being of the people? It is not Amotekun. They themselves have been authorized by the government, if anything, for them to fully run. So it's not like the government, I mean, I don't know how Amotekun was made, but I know definitely for the ESN, it was out of desperation and circumstance. They had to make it. They could not just sit back and watch Fulani herders destroy and, attack their people. So again, it's like most of these security groups were made out of desperation. They had to do something. The police were not doing anything. But the actual, body that is obliged and must and has the authority, they have the power, they have the how do I say it? They have the authority basically, and they have the must. They are obliged to. They have to take care of the people. It is the government and the security agencies itself. So yeah, that's it. Listen. All this is getting so complicated, but it should never be as complicated as this. But this is where we find ourselves. And to be honest, to a certain degree, we all have an impact and a role to play as to where we are right now. And to be honest, we're going to have to fix it. It'll be hard. Whether we want to separate or be one nation, we are going to have to face the Nigeria that we created and dismantle it before we can move forward. It's hard. It's very much scary because right now we're not even trying to dismantle what we've created. We're dismantling the foundations that came before us and what we've added on to in terms of basically our parents not really fighting or just being enablers of, this entity called Nigeria and its corrupt ways and, no one really standing up or anything. So yeah, that's what it is. Put what you think about it in the comment section below and do not forget to like and subscribe.